Hi team, I hope you're all well. Today I am here with a very exciting announcement. I think it's exciting anyway. With a very exciting announcement. I decided that we should do a mini round of Cliterature Readathon, and I'm so stoked. I actually cannot wait. We're going to be doing a Christmassy, wintry edition, and I'm very, very excited. I'm so stoked. So this will just be 2 days. It's just a weekend, and it is the 14th and 15th of December. So I didn't want to commit to like a week long. I just have not got the time in December to do that. We are hosting Christmas this year, so I really need to get on it with stuff. And I'm also planning on doing 12 days of Bookmas just after Christmas as well. So I've got to get ahead with that kind of thing as well. But I did want to do something fun with y'all in December, and I thought that a mini round of Cliterature Readathon would be nice, especially on the basis we only do it twice a year. I thought it would be really nice. I really smashed both Cliterature Readathons this year, and I thought it would be fun to do another one. So here we are. It is festive season, and I thought that it would be nice to give you all another round of Cliterature. Merry Christmas. So I'm going to scoot over so that I can show you the graphics for this readathon, and I am going to get them up on my phone so that I can tell you what's going on. So we do have ourselves a rather large bingo board again, which I enjoy the larger bingo board. I think it gives you a lot more opportunity to get bingos rather than a smaller bingo board. And because obviously you don't have to wipe the board out, you only need to get like a line or whatever. You don't even have to follow the bingo board if you don't want. It's just there to give yourself some prompts and some ideas of books and narrow it down for you a little bit more if you want to take part. So I have done a bingo board. I have also done a couple of recommendation boards as well, which I will post all of this on Instagram. There will be a link to us in the description box down below if you want to go and check us out on Instagram. We're also on Twitter/X, whatever the hell they're calling it, on that hell space over there anyway these days. And we have a Discord, so I will leave links to all of those in the description box down below. You can get all of the graphics also in a link off of Google Drive in the description box down below as well. All the information will be down there. I will very quickly go through some recommendations with you for a couple of the prompts as well. So we start off with, by the way, this is called Winter Romanceland. I didn't mention that. It's a Winter Romanceland readathon. I was thinking of Winter Wonderland, and then I was like, that's really cute, but also Winter Romanceland just fits, I think. So we're walking in a Winter Romanceland. Do you like? I do. Anywho, first prompt is winter. So a winter book, a wintry book, a book that's set at winter. So some of the recommendations that I have, I will replace the bingo board with my winter recommendations. Haven't read all of these, but some of the recommendations that I do have, I have one that isn't on there, Credence, because I've only recently read this and I did this bingo board a while ago. This is partially set in winter, and I would say it counts for a winter recommendation. They get stuck in their cabin because they get snowed in, so throughout winter, for the whole of winter. So I would recommend this one for sure. I'm not going to go through the synopsis of all of these because I've got too many. I would also recommend Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. It's set in a rink, in an ice rink. Listen, anything like this that's got ice on it, I would say is a winter recommendation. 100%. Unsteady by Peyton Corrin. I haven't read it yet, but I have it on my shelves. That could be a recommendation for that's similar to Icebreaker, for example. The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker is set in Alaska. Anything set in Alaska is about as winter as you're gonna get. A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen. Bet you didn't expect to see this on here, did you? Anything that has like Nordic or Norse mythology involved in it counts, because, you know, it counts. Winter, I say it counts. It's going to be cold. The setting of it is cold. I say this counts. It's a romantasy. So again, any romantasy you've got with a wintry setting would count. Brielle and Bear, if you wanted a cute little graphic novel, this is set both in autumn and winter, but it's absolutely adorable, and I would highly recommend it. Very, very cute, quick read, nice quick read for you. A couple that I have on my shelves that I'm interested in potentially getting to for this prompt: From Lukov with Love by Mariana Zapata is one that, again, like Icebreaker, could count, and also In the Winter Woods by Isabel Adler I'm interested in reading as well. This one is more of a mystery thriller, but it's actually a queer romance as well. There is a queer romance going on in here. So there are two that I'm interested in reading that I've popped on the board as well that I haven't read yet, but they would count. I also have on the board Icebound by Meredith Trapp. I have read and would count. Again, like Icebreaker or From Lukov with Love or Unsteady, it's set on the ice. It's an ice hockey rink. Again, the other one that would count for this, is it Mile High, in which he's an ice hockey player? That could count for this one as well. Or is it The Right Move? Whichever one it is by Liz Tomford, one of them's an ice hockey player, that would count as well. And then The Road of Bones I've got on here as well by Demi Winters. That is also Norse mythology, I believe. So that would count as well, I reckon. So, you know, do with that as you wish. I will not be policing anybody. Do what the hell you want with this. I just wanted to give you some recommendations for some of the ones that you might sit there and go, what does she mean by winter? Does she not mean Christmas? Winter. Prompt number 2 is to take part in a sprint. So even if you hang around for 20 minutes, you took part in a sprint, you can tick it off. A new to you author, so any author that is new to you. Isabel Adler for me is new to me. Also Demi Winters is new to me, so they would both count. So any of the books that I recommended, if you haven't read from them before, new to you author, that counts. Then we have Christmas. So Christmas is on the board. And for this one, I do have these Christmas recommendations, in which this one is not on the board. But I have Christmas Wish by Lindsay Kelk. It's a very good book and I would recommend. I really enjoyed it. Then we do have Love Like Farms by B.K. Borison. Absolutely love this book. Would recommend 10 out of 10. It's very good. A Very Merry Bromance by Lyssa Kay Adams. I constantly get this wrong because I get the title mixed up with A Merry Little Meet You. And once I went into Waterstones with Jade down in Ipswich and asked for A Merry Little Bromance, and he couldn't find it. And now it makes sense because it wasn't the right fucking title. So, A Very Merry Bromance by Lyssa Kay Adams. This is the last one at the moment. I don't know if that is like complete in the Bromance Book Club series, and I would recommend this whole series. I'd recommend reading them in order, but this is my favourite one in the series. I absolutely loved it, and it is a Christmas book, so if you wanted to get to it, you could do. Speaking of A Merry Little Meet Cute by Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone, the third one in this series just came out, and they're all Christmas romances, and there are 2 novellas as well, so there's like 5 books for you to go out there. They're all spicy, quite good. I enjoyed them. I know a lot of people don't, but I liked them. Across Country Christmas by Courtney Walsh. Love this. She's also got a novella that I'm going to mention in a second. It was very good. Make You Mine This Christmas by Lizzie Huxley Jones. I really enjoyed this one. Very, very good. And it's queer, and the sequel is it's out, I think. Actually, I've got the Illumicrate one, so it should be on its way soon, I think. The Mistletoe Motive by Chloe Leese. Loved this one. Lots of good representation in it. Short little novella. It's very good. And then some that I have that are on my radar for this prompt, because I have a lot, as mentioned, Jingle Bell Mingle by Julie Murphy and Sarah Simone is the 3rd one in this series, and I haven't read it yet, so I do want to read that. Make the Season Bright by Ashley Herring Blake. Queer. Looks absolutely adorable. Very excited. The Christmas Tree Farm by Laurie Gilmore is the 3rd book in this series, and I'm looking forward to this one. I hope it does better than Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, because I didn't enjoy that. Courtney Walsh is back again with A Match Made at Christmas. This is a short little novella, and I'm very excited about this one. Kiss Her Once For Me by Alison Cochrane. If you enjoy this, you will enjoy this, because they have the same synopsis. They came out at the same time, and this was very popular and this was not, and it came in the Illumicrate box, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to read this one instead. So I haven't read this one yet because I didn't want to read them at the same time because they've got the same synopsis. So if you've enjoyed this one, you'll enjoy that one, and if you've enjoyed that one, you'll enjoy this one, I think. I haven't read it yet, so I don't know. It could be terrible, but I've heard great things. Wrapped with a Bow by Lily Vale. And I also have Christmas in Mistletoe by Claire Lydon, which I believe is also queer. A book that I have recently finished that is a very good festive novella is Naughty or Nice by Sophie Snow. It's coming out very soon towards the middle/end of November. I think it's about the 19th of November. And I loved it. It was so good. It was like less than 200 pages. I think it was 195 pages. And it was so fucking good. And it's coming out on Kindle Unlimited. So would recommend that one. It was very, very good. So next we have a book you should have got to already. Obviously this is entirely on you. If you've had Love Light's Farm, for example, Love Light Farms on your TBR for a while and you haven't got to it yet, get to it. For me, these three I've had on my these three I've had on my TBR for ages. Also in the Winter Woods I've had on my TBR for ages as well. Match Made at Christmas I've had on my TBR for Christmas for ages. So they would all count for me. Short read, again, this would count. Naughty or Nice would count. Mistletoe Motive would count. They're all short reads, something under 300 pages. The graphic novel Brielle and Bear I mentioned, that would count. Diverse rep, so any type of diverse representation in there, whether that's disability rep, whether it is BIPOC rep, whether it, you know, whatever representation there is. These two both have disability rep in them, for example, just as an example. Any diverse rep. A Steph/friend rec, so you can ask for some friends for some recommendations that I will be mentioning in the Discord channel for recommendations for people to recommend books, because I'm also looking for recommendations. So again, if there's any in the description box down below, drop some recommendations in there if you want to. Also on the Discord channel if you've joined, but any of the recommendations I've mentioned to you would count as well. Treat yourself, so get yourself a little treat. That can be a book, it can be whatever you want it to be. If you want a new stocking, if you want a coffee, if you want an advent calendar or some chocolate, whatever it is, treat yourself to a new book if you want. If you spotted something here and you want something for the readathon, that also counts. Blue/white on the cover, so again, this shouldn't be too difficult, but this would work. This works. This, you know, a number of the books that I've mentioned would count for this. Blue or white on the cover. Doesn't even have to be a Christmas book if you don't want it to be, or a wintry read. That could be literally anything. If you wanted a blue or white cover, anything you wanted. A poll pick, very, very simple. You can do this on your Instagram stories, tag us at Cliterature and we will share it. You can do it on the Discord. That's where most people tend to do their poll picks because they get a lot more votes back. So just a poll pick somewhere. A new release, so the Naughty or Nice by Sophie Snow that I mentioned is a new release. That would definitely count. Is there anything else that would... This would count. It's only very recently come out. This, they would all count. They've only very recently come out, so any of those would count. If anyone's got the sequel to this would count because it's only just come out. So if anyone else has got any other recommendations, again, down below or in the Discord, would really appreciate it. Then we've got other holiday. So this is literally any other holiday that takes part around the festive season. So again, I've done another graphic for you here of some that I've researched and had a quick look for. So we've got The Holiday Trap by Rowan Parrish. I think this has like multiple different holidays in it. I'm not 100% certain, but I think it's got multiple different holidays. We've got Lunar Love by Lauren Kung Jessen, which I assume is like Chinese New Year. Totally counts for this. Also that counts for this is Lunar New Year Love Story, which I do have a little bit later on in the graphic. I've read this one, would highly recommend. It's very good. It's a graphic novel. We've got Holly Jolly Diwali, which I've heard great things about, and I think I will actually read for this one. Then we've got New Year's Kiss, obviously set in New Year's. 3 Holidays and a Wedding. Oh, this one might be the one with multiple different holidays actually. Snow in Love does cover, it's got a short, very short actually, anthology of 4 different festive stories. And then we've got the Matzah Ball as well. So though I just wanted to kind of celebrate again, that would also count for the diverse prompt as well, because you're diversely reading. You're reading maybe a holiday that isn't your holiday. So just to try and read something outside of a holiday that you don't usually read would be great. Then steal a book. So this is to steal something off somebody else's TBR. So make sure you share your TBRs around. Again, any of the ones that I've mentioned where I've gone, oh, I haven't read these yet, but I'm interested in doing so, they would also count for you. So any of these, they're not necessarily 100% on my TBR for this readathon, but they are on my TBR in general, and therefore you can steal them off of mine if you want to. So if there's any of these that you're interested in and you want to steal off my TBR, you're more than welcome to nick any of these from me. That's absolutely fine. So feel free to do that. Then we've got self-care activities, so whatever that looks like for you, colouring, putting your tree up if you've not done it by the 14th and 15th. First of all, are you all right? What's going on? Second of all, feel free to put your tree up. That's absolutely fine. But putting your tree up maybe could be a self-care activity. I know some people find it stressful. I love putting my tree up, putting decorations up. Making yourself a coffee, going for a walk, even reading or doing some gaming. Whatever self-care looks like for you, taking a bath, do that. And then other season. So this could be to read, actually this is to read a book outside of winter. So any other season would count. You could even pick something that crosses over. So again, Brielle and Bear has both autumn and winter in it. Autumn, and then a bit later on you get a page that says winter. That could count very, very well for this prompt. The other books from the Love Light Farms series, they all count for this because they're all from different seasons. So you've got In the Weeds, which is spring, you've got Mixed Signals, which is summer, and then you have Business Casual, which is autumn. They all count for this. Anything else by Laurie Gilmore, both set in autumn. The Pumpkin Spice Cafe definitely is, but the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, questionable. They're from a different season than winter though, so they would count as well for this if you wanted to pick them up, if you'd had them on your mind. Just literally any other season. Kindling for Autumn by Bonnie Woods, that would count. If there were some books from your autumn TBR that you didn't quite get to and you want to read during this readathon, feel free to add those to this. So they would entirely count for that. So just another season, just to break it up a little bit. You can obviously, you can 100% do, fuck, what am I trying to say? You can 100% double or triple up on this if you can find one book that fits all the prompts. Good luck with that, because I've got other season, other holiday, Christmas, winter, so that will not work. But if you find a book for each of those corner spaces that then, you know, like 4 books, for example, a winter book, a other holiday book, another season book, and then a Christmas book, and you've got 4 books there and you can make those fit any of the other prompts as well, you are more than welcome to do that. If you only want to do the other season prompts and you don't want to read wintry or Christmassy books, that's absolutely fine. You can go a line across there. You would end up having to pick other holiday season or other holiday book though, which, you know, doesn't have to be a wintry book. There's a couple of New Year's books on there, Christmas, Chinese New Year that's on there as well. So, you know, you can do whatever you want with this readathon. The bingo board is just there as a guide. My recommendations are there as just as recommendations. You don't have to read any of those books if you don't want to. They're just there in case people message and go, have you got any winter recommendations? I've already done some for you. Taken out some of the hard work. But if you do have any other recommendations, there may be books that I've completely glossed over entirely and completely forgotten, maybe are set in winter or have Christmas within them or are a different themed holiday, let us know in the Cliterature Discord and also in the description box down below, and or on Instagram, because I will be asking on there as well. So let us know. I hope you are looking forward to this readathon, because I know I am. I'm very, very excited. I cannot wait for this readathon. I'm so stoked. I think it'll be really nice as well, and it's right in the middle of December, so I feel like it will break the month up really, really nicely. So chat to me in the comments down below. Are you going to take part? I know it's only 2 days and there are a lot of prompts to get through. If you want to extend this, I think that I might actually try and do it for the week. I just didn't want the pressure of having to host for the week. And especially if it gets to a point where I actually can't do it for a week, at least I'm not committed to hosting. So that's why I've only done the 2 days. There will be sprints for both of those days. So hopefully, anyway, fingers crossed. So I think that I might try and do for the whole week though, that whole week. We'll see what happens with that. But I didn't want to commit to hosting for the whole week, which is the only reason why I haven't done it that way. But yeah, chat to me in the comments down below. Are you going to take part? I hope you are. Are there any books that immediately come to your mind that you want to read for this? Are you excited? Surprise? I hope you are. And yeah, chat to me in the comments down below, and I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye for now.